Imagine a world where gods walked among mortals, where the rivers Euphrates and Tigris whispered ancient secrets, and where the very fabric of existence was woven with stories that reached into the hearts of every soul. Welcome to Mesopotamian mythology, a tapestry of tales that not only shaped the cradle of civilization but also resonates with timeless emotions that still stir us today. Mesopotamia, the land between two rivers, is not just a place on the map but a cradle of human achievement and imagination. Nestled between the Euphrates and the Tigris, this ancient land gave birth to some of the earliest known cities and societies. But beyond its fertile plains and bustling cities, Mesopotamia gave rise to a rich pantheon of gods and goddesses who reflected the hopes, fears, and dreams of its people. Central to Mesopotamian mythology are its deities, beings of immense power and complexity who governed every aspect of existence. Among them, Anu, the sky god, held dominion over the heavens, while Enlil, lord of wind and storm, commanded the forces of nature with fearsome authority. Enki, the wise god of water and crafts, bestowed knowledge and prosperity upon humanity, while Ishtar, goddess of love and war, embodied both the beauty of spring and the fury of battle. These gods were not distant figures but intimate presences in the lives of Mesopotamians, influencing everything from daily rituals to grand civic projects. Their stories were not just myths, but mirrors reflecting the struggles and triumphs of humanity. Take, for instance, the Epic of Gilgamesh, a tale of friendship, loss, and the search for meaning in a world fraught with mortality. Gilgamesh, a mighty king who sought immortality after the death of his friend Enkidu, embodies our yearning for eternal truths in the face of impermanence. Beyond individual tales, Mesopotamian mythology weaves a complex tapestry of themes that resonate across cultures and centuries. It speaks of creation and destruction, order and chaos, justice and retribution. The Enuma Elish, the Babylonian creation myth, tells of a primordial struggle between cosmic forces, where the defeat of the monstrous Tiamat by the hero Marduk establishes the world order. This cosmic battle echoes our own quests for meaning in a universe where forces of chaos and creation continually shape our destinies. Yet Mesopotamian mythology is more than just a collection of stories, it is a testament to the human spirit's enduring quest for understanding and connection. It reflects our innate desire to make sense of the world around us, to find patterns in chaos, and to imbue our lives with meaning through ritual and belief. In the rituals honoring Ishtar, where devotees sought her favor in matters of love and war, we see echoes of our own prayers for guidance and strength in times of need. As we journey through the realms of Mesopotamian mythology, we encounter not just gods and heroes, but also the essence of what it means to be human. The myths speak of love and betrayal, of courage in the face of adversity, and of the eternal struggle between light and darkness. They remind us that, despite the passage of millennia, the core of our hopes and fears remains unchanged. In exploring Mesopotamian mythology, we uncover not only ancient tales but also profound truths about ourselves and our place in the cosmos. It is a journey that invites us to look beyond the boundaries of time and culture, to see the threads that connect us to our ancestors and to each other. Mesopotamian mythology invites us to embark on a quest for knowledge and wisdom, to embrace the mysteries of existence, and to find solace in the enduring power of storytelling. Join us as we unravel the rich tapestry of Mesopotamian mythology, where gods and mortals alike dance through the annals of time, leaving behind echoes that still resonate in our hearts today. This is not just a journey into the past, but a voyage into the very soul of humanity, where goosebumps rise with each turn of the page, and emotions stir as we glimpse the world through the eyes of ancient gods and heroes. In the beginning, there was nothing but chaos, a swirling abyss of watery darkness that stretched infinitely. Imagine a time before time, where the universe lay dormant, waiting for the spark of creation to ignite its vast expanse. This is where the ancient Babylonian cosmology begins, with a tale that stirs the soul and illuminates the origins of all existence. From the primordial depths emerged two primal forces, Tiamat, the saltwater goddess, and Apsu, the freshwater god. Together, they personified the mingling of chaos and order, the turbulent seas and the calm rivers that birthed life itself. But within this cosmic harmony, discord simmered. Apsu grew weary of the noise and commotion caused by the younger gods, who were born from the union of Tiamat and Apsu. These younger gods, known as the Igigi, were restless and filled with boundless energy, disturbing Apsu's tranquil slumber. In his frustration, Apsu plotted to destroy his offspring, but fate had other plans. One of the younger gods, Ea, also known as Enki, god of wisdom and magic, learned of Apsu's intentions through his innate ability to understand and control the natural order. Ea, moved by a sense of compassion and foresight, acted swiftly. He cast a powerful spell that put Apsu into an eternal sleep, effectively neutralizing the threat posed by his own father. With Apsu subdued, Ea ascended to become the dominant deity in the cosmos. But this act did not go unnoticed by Tiamat, who seethed with grief and rage at the loss of her beloved consort. Tiamat, embodying the chaotic forces of the saltwater, unleashed her fury upon the gods who had wronged her, seeking vengeance for Apsu's demise. The stage was set for a cataclysmic showdown, a battle that would decide the fate of creation itself. Tiamat, in her wrath, birthed monstrous creatures and assembled a fearsome army to confront the younger gods led by Ea. Chaos reigned as the heavens trembled and the earth quaked under the weight of impending conflict. In this moment of dire need, the younger gods turned to their champion, Marduk, the bravest and most skilled among them. Marduk, armed with divine weapons and unwavering courage, volunteered to confront Tiamat and restore order to the cosmos. His willingness to face overwhelming odds embodied the heroic spirit that resonates through the ages. Marduk, with the blessing of the elder gods, embarked on a perilous journey to confront Tiamat in her lair. The clash that ensued was a spectacle of cosmic proportions, with Marduk wielding thunderbolts and winds as weapons against Tiamat's ferocious onslaught. The battle raged for days, each blow echoing through the heavens and stirring the souls of gods and mortals alike. In the decisive moment, Marduk summoned all his strength and resolve, casting a mighty net to ensnare Tiamat and rendering her defenseless. With a swift and decisive strike, Marduk pierced Tiamat's heart, vanquishing the chaotic forces that threatened to engulf creation. Tiamat, defeated but not forgotten, became a symbol of the primordial forces that forever shaped the universe. With Tiamat's defeat, Marduk ascended to become the supreme deity of Babylonian mythology, heralding a new era of order and prosperity. The spoils of victory were plentiful, as Marduk fashioned the heavens and the earth from Tiamat's divided body, creating a cosmic tapestry that balanced the forces of light and darkness, chaos and order. The tale of Enuma Elish, the Babylonian creation myth, echoes through the annals of time as a testament to the enduring power of myth and the human spirit. It speaks to our innate desire to understand the origins of existence and our place within the cosmos. Through the heroic deeds of Marduk and the tragic fate of Tiamat, we glimpse the eternal struggle between chaos and order, a struggle that defines the very essence of our being. As we reflect on the narrative of Enuma Elish, we are reminded that creation is not merely an act of divine will but a continuous journey of discovery and renewal. It is a journey that invites us to confront our fears and embrace our potential, knowing that within the chaos lies the seed of creation and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. In the heart of ancient Mesopotamia, amidst the bustling city of Uruk, there lived a king whose name would echo through the corridors of history, Gilgamesh. His story, the Epic of Gilgamesh, is not just a tale of heroic deeds, but a journey that delves into the very essence of what it means to be human. Imagine a city where the walls rise high and the people sing praises of their mighty ruler, Gilgamesh. Known for his strength and prowess, Gilgamesh was 2/3 god and 1/3 human, a blend of divine power and mortal frailty. His kingdom prospered under his rule, yet beneath his regal exterior lay a restless soul yearning for purpose and meaning. Gilgamesh's journey unfolds against a backdrop of friendship, a bond that would shape his destiny. Enkidu, a wild man created by the gods to rival Gilgamesh, initially clashed with the king in a test of strength. Yet, through a fierce battle that shook the earth, they discovered a kinship that transcended their differences. Enkidu, once wild and untamed, became Gilgamesh's loyal companion and confidant. Together, Gilgamesh and Enkidu embarked on a series of epic adventures that tested their courage and challenged their beliefs. They journeyed to the cedar forest, where they confronted Humbaba, the fearsome guardian appointed by the gods. In the face of danger, their bond of friendship strengthened, forging a unity that defied the odds. But amidst their triumphs, mortality cast a shadow over Gilgamesh's heart. The death of Enkidu, struck down by a vengeful goddess for their defiance of divine order, plunged Gilgamesh into grief. His lamentations echoed through the city streets, a poignant reminder of the fleeting nature of life and the inevitability of death. Driven by sorrow and a desperate quest for immortality, Gilgamesh set out on a perilous journey to seek the secret of eternal life. He crossed vast deserts and treacherous mountains, encountering trials that tested his resolve and challenged his very humanity. Along the way, he encountered figures like Siduri, the alewife, who offered him wisdom about finding contentment in the present moment. In the depths of despair, Gilgamesh confronted Utnapishtim, the survivor of the Great Flood granted immortality by the gods. Utnapishtim's tale of survival and divine judgment offered Gilgamesh a glimpse into the mysteries of existence. Yet, in a twist of fate, Gilgamesh learned that true immortality lay not in eluding death, but in leaving a legacy that transcended the bounds of mortal life. The Epic of Gilgamesh resonates with themes that touch the human spirit, friendship, mortality, and heroism. Through Gilgamesh's journey, we witness the power of friendship to transform lives and inspire greatness. His bond with Enkidu teaches us that true strength lies not in physical prowess alone, but in the empathy and connection forged between in the timeless realm of Mesopotamian mythology. Amidst the celestial heavens and earthly realms, the pantheon of gods reigns supreme. These deities are not distant figures, but living embodiments of cosmic forces that shape the very fabric of existence. Let us delve into their divine tapestry, where each god and goddess holds sway over domains that echo with echoes of ancient wisdom and timeless truths. Imagine Anu, the sky father and ruler of the heavens, whose presence spans the vast expanse above mortal realms. Anu embodies the limitless potential of the cosmos, his gaze penetrating the veil between mortal aspirations and divine providence. As the supreme deity, Anu's authority governs the celestial order, guiding the paths of stars and planets in their eternal dance across the heavens. Beside Anu stands Enlil, lord of wind and storm, whose mighty voice echoes through the heavens and earth alike. Enlil commands the forces of nature, from gentle breezes that caress the fields to tempests that rage across the plains. His dominion over the elements reflects the dual nature of creation, both nurturing and destructive, a reminder of the balance that sustains life itself. Enki, the wise god of water and crafts, embodies the essence of creativity and innovation. He is the divine artisan who shapes the world with his skilled hands, molding clay into vessels and imbuing rivers with the life-giving essence of fertility. Enki's wisdom extends beyond mere craftsmanship. It encompasses the secrets of creation and the mysteries of the deep waters that flow through the veins of the earth. Ishtar, goddess of love and war, embodies the passions that drive mortal hearts and shape the destinies of nations. She is the embodiment of fertility, her presence heralding the bounty of spring and the renewal of life. Yet, Ishtar is also a fierce warrior, whose wrath can shake the foundations of empires and whose love can inspire feats of heroism and sacrifice. Each deity in the Mesopotamian Pantheon plays a vital role in the cosmic drama unfolding across the heavens and earth. Their relationships are not merely alliances of convenience, but reflections of deeper cosmic truths and eternal cycles of creation and destruction. Anu, Enlil, Enki, and Ishtar weave a tapestry of divine intrigue and harmony, where alliances are forged, rivalries ignite, and destinies intertwine. Among these great gods, familial ties and divine hierarchies shape their interactions and influence their actions. Anu, as the father of both Enlil and Enki, embodies paternal authority and wisdom, guiding his children with a steady hand and a watchful eye. Enlil, in turn, assumes the mantle of leadership among his siblings, wielding authority over the natural world with strength and resolve. Enki, the clever and resourceful god of wisdom, often plays the role of mediator and innovator, using his knowledge to navigate the complexities of divine politics and mortal affairs alike. His cunning and wit serve as a counterbalance to the raw power of Enlil, ensuring that harmony prevails even in times of discord. Ishtar, the radiant goddess of love and war, casts a fiery presence among her divine counterparts. Her passions ignite conflicts and forge alliances, her beauty and strength captivating both mortals and gods alike. Ishtar's dual nature embodies the paradoxical forces of creation and destruction, love and war, fertility and barrenness, a testament to the complexities of existence itself. As we explore the pantheon of Mesopotamian gods, we are drawn into a world where the divine and mortal realms intersect, where the aspirations of gods mirror the hopes and fears of humanity. Their stories resonate with timeless themes of love and conflict, creation and destruction, forging a connection between the celestial and the terrestrial that transcends the boundaries of time and space. In the presence of Anu, Enlil, Enki, and Ishtar, we witness the enduring power of myth and the universal truths they convey. Their roles as guardians of cosmic order and patrons of mortal aspirations remind us of our place within the grand tapestry of creation, a tapestry woven with threads of divine providence and mortal ambition, where each deity's influence shapes the course of history and the destiny of civilizations. As we reflect on the pantheon of Mesopotamian gods, let us embrace the awe-inspiring majesty of their divine presence and the profound wisdom they impart. Their stories, filled with passion and intrigue, stir our hearts and awaken our spirits to the enduring legacy of ancient Mesopotamia, a legacy that continues to illuminate the paths of those who seek understanding and wisdom in the boundless expanse of the cosmos. In the ancient annals of Mesopotamian myth, there exists a tale that echoes through the ages, a story of cataclysmic floods and the struggle for survival amidst divine wrath. This is the myth of Atrahasis, a narrative that not only captivates with its dramatic intensity but also resonates with profound moral and religious implications. Imagine a world where gods and mortals coexist, where the whims of divine beings shape the destinies of humanity. In this world, Atrahasis, a wise and pious man, stands as a beacon of hope amidst an era of prosperity and divine favor. Yet, beneath the veneer of tranquility, tensions simmered between gods and mortals, threatening to unravel the delicate balance of existence. The gods, burdened by the clamor and chaos of humanity, devised a plan to silence the mortal throng, a plan that would reshape the world as they knew it. They unleashed a torrential flood upon the earth, a deluge of biblical proportions that would cleanse the land of its inhabitants and restore divine order. The floodwaters surged across the plains, engulfing cities and sweeping away all signs of human civilization. In the midst of this cataclysm, Atrahasis received a divine warning from Ea, the god of wisdom and crafts. Ea, moved by compassion for his mortal creation, instructed Atrahasis to build an ark, a vessel that would serve as a refuge from the impending flood. With unwavering faith and determination, Atrahasis heeded Ea's counsel, gathering animals of every kind and his family aboard the ark. As the floodwaters rose and the earth trembled beneath the weight of divine judgment, Atrahasis and his companions weathered the storm, their ark navigating the turbulent seas with steadfast resolve. Through days and nights of uncertainty, they clung to hope and faith, trusting in Ea's promise of salvation amidst the chaos that surrounded them. The myth of Atrahasis bears striking similarities to other flood myths, such as the story of Noah's Ark in Abrahamic traditions. Both narratives speak of a global flood sent by vengeful deities as a punishment for human transgressions. They depict heroes chosen for their righteousness, Atrahasis and Noah, who received divine guidance to preserve life and restore order in a world devastated by divine wrath. Yet, amidst these parallels lie profound moral and religious implications that resonate across cultures and civilizations. The flood myth of Atrahasis challenges us to confront the consequences of human hubris and the fragile balance between divine justice and mercy. It reminds us of the enduring power of faith and resilience in the face of overwhelming adversity, as seen in Atrahasis's unwavering commitment to preserving life against all odds. Moreover, the myth raises questions about the nature of divine authority and the complexities of moral responsibility. It prompts us to reflect on the ethical implications of divine intervention in human affairs and the enduring quest for meaning and purpose amidst the chaos of existence. As we contemplate the myth of Atrahasis, we are drawn into a narrative that transcends time and space. a narrative that speaks to the universal human experience of confronting forces beyond our control and seeking solace in faith and community. It invites us to ponder the fragility of life and the resilience of the human spirit, as exemplified by Atrahasis' courage and determination in the face of overwhelming adversity. In the end, the myth of Atrahasis reminds us that amidst the turmoil of existence, hope endures as a beacon of light in the darkest of storms. It challenges us to embrace compassion and empathy, to cherish the diversity of life, and to strive for harmony between gods and mortals in a world shaped by both divine decree and human agency. In the ancient pantheon of Mesopotamian deities, none shined as brightly or embody as many facets of human experience as Inanna, also known as Ishtar, the goddess of love, war, and everything in between. Her myths weave the tapestry of passion, power, and divine presence that continues to captivate hearts and minds across millennia. Imagine a goddess whose beauty and strength rival the dawn, whose very presence commands the heavens and earth to bow in reverence. Inanna embodies the duality of existence itself, a deity of love and fertility, yet also a warrior whose ferocity knows no bounds. Her myths are not just tales of divine exploits, but mirrors reflecting the hopes and fears of humanity. At the heart of Inanna's mythology lies the descent of Inanna, a narrative that plunges into the depths of the underworld and explores the cycles of death and rebirth. Inanna, driven by curiosity and a thirst for knowledge, descends into the realm of Ereshkigal, her sister and queen of the underworld. Along the treacherous journey, Inanna is stripped of her divine regalia and subjected to trials that test her resilience and determination. The descent of Inanna is a metaphorical journey of self-discovery and transformation, where Inanna confronts her own mortality and emerges renewed, embodying the cyclical nature of life itself. Her willingness to embrace darkness and endure suffering reflects the human capacity for growth and renewal in the face of adversity. Symbolically, Inanna is associated with the celestial bodies, the planet Venus, whose appearance in the morning and evening skies heralds the cycles of dawn and dusk, life and death. She is the embodiment of cosmic harmony, her movements influencing the rhythms of nature and the fertility of the earth. Inanna's worship is marked by rituals that celebrate her dual nature as both lover and warrior. In temples dedicated to her honor, devotees invoke her blessings in matters of love, fertility, and protection. Offerings of food, drink, and sacred objects are presented as tokens of devotion, symbolizing the reciprocity between mortals and the divine. One of the most poignant myths surrounding Inanna is her encounter with the shepherd god Dumuzid, her beloved consort. Their union represents the union of heaven and earth, fertility and abundance. Yet, their relationship also embodies the fragility of mortal existence and the inevitability of loss. In the myth, Dumuzid is pursued by demons sent by Inanna's sister, Ereshkigal, as punishment for his failure to mourn Inanna's descent into the underworld. Despite Inanna's grief, she is compelled to abide by the laws of the underworld, demonstrating the immutable forces of justice and cosmic order that govern both gods and mortals. Inanna's mythology is not just a collection of stories, but a reflection of universal themes that resonate across cultures and civilizations. Her role as a goddess of love and war embodies the complexities of human emotions, passion, desire, anger, and compassion. Through her myths, we are reminded of the transformative power of love and the courage required to confront adversity with grace and dignity. As we reflect on the significance of Inanna in Mesopotamian mythology, we are invited to contemplate the enduring legacy of her worship and the timeless wisdom embedded in her myths. Her dual nature as both lover and warrior reminds us of the delicate balance between vulnerability and strength, tenderness and ferocity, a balance that defines the human experience and shapes our understanding of divine presence in the world. In the rituals and symbols associated with Inanna's worship, we find echoes of our own yearnings for connection, fulfillment, and transcendence. Her myths inspire us to embrace the complexities of life with courage and resilience, knowing that within the embrace of the goddess of love and war lies the promise of renewal and transformation. Inanna's legacy endures as a testament to the enduring power of myth and the timeless truths it reveals about the human spirit. Through her myths, we are reminded of our capacity for love and our quest for meaning in a world shaped by both divine intervention and mortal endeavor. In the depths of Mesopotamian mythology lies a realm shrouded in darkness and mystery, the underworld, known as Kur or Netherworld. This realm, ruled by Ereshkigal, queen of the underworld, and her consort Nergal, lord of the underworld, beckons us to explore its haunting depths and unravel the myths that define its existence. Imagine a place where shadows dance upon ancient walls, where echoes of forgotten souls whisper tales of sorrow and redemption. The underworld is not merely a realm of punishment or eternal rest, but a cosmic domain where the destinies of gods and mortals intersect in profound ways. Ereshkigal, adorned in the regalia of sorrow and sovereignty, presides over the underworld with a solemn grace that belies her tragic fate. According to myth, Ereshkigal was banished to the depths of Kur after a cosmic dispute among the gods, condemned to rule over the souls of the departed with impartial judgment. Her realm is a labyrinthine expanse where the souls of the dead traverse rivers of tears and fields of shadow, guided by divine decrees and the whims of fate. Nergal, the fearless warrior and consort of Ereshkigal, embodies the dual nature of the underworld, both a place of darkness and a crucible of transformation. His myths depict him as a god of war and pestilence, whose fiery presence evokes fear and reverence among mortals and gods alike. Yet, beneath his fierce exterior lies a tender heart, torn between duty and compassion for the souls who wander the desolate plains of Kur. One of the most poignant myths involving Nergal and Ereshkigal is their fateful union, a union forged amidst the tumultuous currents of divine destiny and mortal longing. According to legend, Nergal descended into the underworld seeking conquest and glory, only to be ensnared by the allure of Ereshkigal's sorrowful beauty. Their union defied the laws of gods and mortals, sparking a cosmic drama that echoed through the ages. In their embrace, Nergal and Ereshkigal embodied the paradoxical forces of life and death, light and shadow. Their love transcended the boundaries of their respective realms, uniting them in a bond that defied the divine order and reshaped the destiny of Kur itself. Yet, their union also symbolized the fragile balance between creation and destruction, renewal and decay, a testament to the eternal dance of cosmic forces that shape the fabric of existence. The Mesopotamian underworld, as depicted in myths involving Nergal and Ereshkigal, invites us to confront the mysteries of mortality and the inevitability of our journey into the unknown. It challenges us to contemplate the nature of justice and redemption, as seen in Ereshkigal's impartial judgment and Nergal's transformation from conqueror to consort. As we navigate the labyrinthine passages of Kur, we encounter souls whose stories mirror our own fears and aspirations. They are the echoes of ancestors and heroes, poets and warriors, whose deeds and dreams linger in the shadows of eternity. Their presence reminds us of the transient nature of life and the enduring legacy of those who have passed into the embrace of Ereshkigal's realm. In the Mesopotamian underworld, every soul has a story, a tale of triumph and tragedy, love and loss, woven into the tapestry of cosmic order. It is a realm where the boundaries between past and present blur, where memories and dreams converge in a timeless dance of remembrance. Through the myths of Nergal and Ereshkigal, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of all things, the celestial and the terrestrial, the divine and the mortal. Their story resonates with universal themes of love and sacrifice, destiny and free will, offering us a glimpse into the profound mysteries that shape our journey through life and beyond. In the shadowy embrace of Kur, where Nergal and Ereshkigal reign supreme, we find solace in the knowledge that even in death, there is beauty and meaning to be found. Their myths inspire us to embrace the cycles of life and death with courage and acceptance, knowing that our journey through the underworld is but a continuation of the eternal quest for truth and transformation. In the ancient annals of Mesopotamian mythology, amidst the swirling waters of creation, there exists a deity whose wisdom and benevolence shape the very essence of existence. This is Enki, also known as Ea, the god of wisdom and water, who stands as a beacon of enlightenment and guidance in a world fraught with chaos and uncertainty. Imagine a time when the cosmos was but a primordial sea, teeming with potential and awaiting the touch of divine hands. Enki emerged from the depths, his essence intertwined with the life-giving waters that nourish the earth and sustain all living things. As the god of wisdom, Enki possesses boundless knowledge of creation's mysteries, weaving the threads of destiny with skillful hands and compassionate heart. Enki's role in creation extends beyond mere craftsmanship. He is the architect of civilization itself, bestowing upon humanity the gifts of knowledge, technology, and culture. According to myth, it was Enki who brought forth the arts of writing, agriculture, and craftsmanship, laying the foundations for human progress and prosperity. His wisdom flows like a river, guiding mortals through the trials and triumphs of existence. One of the most cherished myths surrounding Enki is his role in the creation of humanity. According to legend, Enki, in collaboration with his half-brother Enlil, molded the first humans from clay, imbuing them with the breath of life and the spark of consciousness. This act of divine craftsmanship reflects Enki's deep affection for his mortal creation, nurturing them as a caring parent with their children. Throughout Mesopotamian mythology, Enki's interactions with humans are depicted as benevolent and transformative. He is not only a creator but also a protector and mentor, offering guidance and counsel to those who seek his wisdom. In times of hardship, mortals invoke his name for solace and salvation, knowing that Enki's compassion extends to all who dwell within his realm. One of the most celebrated tales of Enki's benevolence is his intervention on behalf of humanity during the deluge. Moved by compassion for mortals facing the wrath of the gods, Enki defied divine decree and secretly warned the righteous man, Atrahasis, to build an ark to save himself, his family, and the animals of the earth. Enki's act of defiance against the divine order exemplifies his empathy for human suffering and his commitment to safeguarding life against overwhelming odds. Enki's wisdom is not just theoretical but practical, embodied in the rituals and traditions that honor him throughout Mesopotamian civilization. Temples dedicated to Enki served as centers of learning and innovation, where priests and scribes preserved knowledge and conducted rituals to ensure the fertility of the land and the prosperity of the people. Offerings of food and drink were presented to Enki as tokens of gratitude and reverence, symbolizing the reciprocal relationship between gods and mortals. In the tapestry of Mesopotamian mythology, Enki emerges as a guiding light amid the darkness of uncertainty, a deity whose wisdom illuminates the path of human progress and understanding. His interactions with humanity reflect the complexities of divine intervention and mortal agency, offering lessons in resilience, compassion, and the pursuit of knowledge. As we contemplate Enki's role in Mesopotamian mythology, we are reminded of the enduring legacy of wisdom and compassion that transcends time and space. His myths inspire us to embrace the pursuit of knowledge and the cultivation of virtue, knowing that within the realm of Enki's wisdom lies the promise of enlightenment and transformation. In Enki/Ea, the god of wisdom and water, we find a reflection of our own aspirations and struggles, a reminder that the quest for understanding and harmony is as timeless as the flowing rivers and fertile plains of ancient Mesopotamia. His myths continue to resonate with universal themes of creation, civilization, and the enduring quest for meaning in a world shaped by both divine providence and mortal endeavor. In the heart of Mesopotamian myth, amidst the fertile plains and whispering reeds, lies a tale that intertwines love, death, and the eternal cycle of rebirth. This is the myth of Dumuzi and Inanna, a story that evokes both sorrow and hope, resonating with the rhythms of agricultural life and the mysteries of the divine. Imagine a love that transcends mortal boundaries, a union between Inanna, the radiant goddess of love and war, and Dumuzi, the shepherd god of fertility and abundance. Theirs is a love forged in the golden fields of barley and wheat, where the earth blooms with life under the watchful gaze of the heavens. Inanna, adorned in her divine splendor, is captivated by Dumuzi's tender care for his flock and his reverence for the cycles of nature. She chooses him as her beloved consort, uniting heaven and earth in a union that promises prosperity and harmony for all who dwell in their domain. Yet, their love is not without trials. Inanna, as the goddess of both love and war, is called to fulfill her divine duties beyond the mortal realm. She embarks on a journey to the underworld, leaving Dumuzi behind to tend to the earth in her absence. Little do they know, this separation will test the limits of their love and reshape the destiny of the world. Inanna's descent into the underworld, guided by the ancient laws of Kur and the inexorable will of her sister Ereshkigal, marks a pivotal moment in the myth. Stripped of her divine regalia and subjected to the harsh judgment of the underworld's queen, Inanna faces the ultimate test of her courage and resilience. Meanwhile, Dumuzi, unaware of Inanna's fate, mourns her absence and tends to the earth with unwavering devotion. His sorrow is palpable, echoing across the fields and rivers, as he longs for the return of his beloved goddess and the renewal of life that her presence brings. As Inanna navigates the treacherous depths of the underworld, she encounters the spirits of the dead and witnesses the mysteries of life and death unfolding before her eyes. Her journey is not just a quest for personal salvation but a cosmic odyssey that illuminates the interconnectedness of all living things and the inevitability of their cycles. The myth of Dumuzi and Inanna reaches its climax with a twist of fate that reverberates through the heavens and earth. Inanna's loyal servant, Ninshubur, pleads with the other gods to rescue her from the clutches of the underworld. In a display of divine mercy and justice, the gods agree to release Inanna, but only if she finds a substitute to take her place in the underworld. Inanna returns to the world above, her heart heavy with the weight of her ordeal and the knowledge of what must be done. She discovers that Dumuzi, consumed by grief in her absence, has failed to mourn her descent into the underworld, a grievous offense in the eyes of the divine order. As punishment, the gala demons of the underworld descend upon Dumuzi, intent on claiming him as their own. In a desperate bid to save her beloved, Inanna offers herself as a substitute for Dumuzi, sacrificing her divine status and descending once more into the depths of Kur. Her selflessness and courage move the gods to compassion, and they grant Dumuzi half of the year to dwell in the world above, while Inanna takes his place in the underworld during the other half. This cosmic bargain, known as the sacred marriage, symbolizes the eternal dance of life and death, love and loss, that shapes the world of Mesopotamian myth. Dumuzi's death and resurrection each year mirror the agricultural cycle of planting and harvest, where the earth mourns his absence in winter and rejoices at his return in spring. The myth of Dumuzi and Inanna is not merely a story of gods and mortals, but a reflection of the profound truths that govern the natural world and the human experience. It reminds us of the fragility of life and the enduring power of love to transcend adversity and unite heaven and earth in a harmonious embrace. Through rituals and ceremonies, ancient Mesopotamians honored Dumuzi and Inanna's union, invoking their blessings for bountiful crops and fertile lands. Offerings of grain, fruits, and sacred rites were performed to ensure the continuity of life and the prosperity of their communities, imbuing everyday existence with a sense of sacred purpose and divine favor. As we contemplate the myth of Dumuzi and Inanna, we are invited to ponder the mysteries of love and death, sacrifice and renewal that define our journey through life. Their story resonates across cultures and civilizations, offering timeless lessons in resilience, devotion, and the enduring power of the human spirit to triumph over adversity. In the fields where barley sways in the breeze and rivers flow with life-giving waters, Dumuzi and Inanna's love endures as a testament to the eternal dance of creation and destruction that shapes the cosmos. Their myth invites us to embrace the cycles of life with courage and grace, knowing that within the heart of every harvest lies the promise of renewal and the celebration of life's abundant blessings. In the annals of Mesopotamian myth, amidst the celestial dance of gods and mortals, there exists a tale of courage, sacrifice, and the indomitable spirit of love. This is the story of Ishtar's descent to the underworld, a journey that pierces the veil between life and death, weaving a tapestry of sorrow and redemption that resonates across the ages. Imagine a goddess adorned in regal splendor, Ishtar, also known as Inanna, the radiant queen of heaven and earth. Her heart is heavy with grief as she mourns the loss of her beloved consort, Dumuzi, whose fate now hangs in the balance within the shadowy realm of Kur, ruled by the relentless Ereshkigal. Driven by an unyielding resolve, Ishtar embarks on a perilous journey into the depths of the underworld, where the laws of mortality hold sway and the spirits of the departed whisper tales of longing and despair. Her path is fraught with trials and tribulations, yet her love for Dumuzi propels her forward, igniting a spark of hope amidst the darkness that threatens to engulf her. As Ishtar descends deeper into the labyrinthine passages of Kur, she sheds her divine regalia, a symbolic gesture of humility and vulnerability before the throne of Ereshkigal. The queen of the underworld, cloaked in sorrow and sovereignty, presides over a realm where judgment is swift and mercy is scarce. She confronts Ishtar with the weight of her grief and the inevitability of mortal fate. Undeterred by the daunting presence of Ereshkigal, Ishtar appeals to her innate strength and cunning. She navigates the underworld's treacherous terrain, encountering gatekeepers and guardians who test her resolve with riddles and challenges. Each obstacle she overcomes brings her closer to the heart of Kor, where Dumuzi awaits his fate with resignation and hope. The themes of sacrifice and rebirth permeate Ishtar's journey through the underworld. In her quest to rescue Dumuzi, she willingly endures trials that test her courage and resilience. Her descent is not only a physical journey but a spiritual odyssey, a transformative passage that challenges her perception of divine authority and mortal destiny. At the nadir of her journey, Ishtar confronts Ereshkigal herself, bearing witness to the queen's profound sorrow and loneliness. In a moment of empathy and understanding, Ishtar offers Ereshkigal a glimpse of compassion, an act of solidarity that bridges the chasm between their realms and kindles a flicker of hope within the depths of Kor. Moved by Ishtar's courage and compassion, Ereshkigal is compelled to grant her request. She agrees to release Dumuzi from his imprisonment in the underworld, restoring him to the world above for half of the year. This sacred covenant, known as the sacred marriage, ensures the cyclical renewal of life and the eternal bond between heaven and earth. Ishtar's triumphant ascent from the underworld marks a testament to the power of love and sacrifice in the face of adversity. Her journey resonates with universal themes of resilience and redemption, inspiring mortals and gods alike to embrace the transformative power of compassion and courage. Through rituals and ceremonies, ancient Mesopotamians honored Ishtar's descent to the underworld, celebrating her victory over death and the renewal of life that it symbolizes. Offerings of food and drink were presented to Ishtar as tokens of gratitude and reverence, invoking her blessings for fertility and prosperity in the natural world. As we reflect on Ishtar's descent to the underworld, we are reminded of the enduring legacy of love and sacrifice that transcends time and space. Her myth offers a poignant reminder of the interconnectedness of all life and the eternal quest for meaning and fulfillment in a world shaped by both joy and sorrow. In the sacred union of Ishtar and Dumuzi, we find solace in the knowledge that love endures beyond the boundaries of mortality, guiding us through the cycles of life and death with grace and compassion. Their myth continues to resonate with universal truths, inviting us to embrace the mysteries of existence and the transformative power of love's eternal embrace. In the tapestry of Mesopotamian myth, amidst the grandeur of gods and goddesses, there are tales of mortal heroes whose courage and wisdom illuminate the path of righteousness and virtue. Among them stand Etna and Adapa, figures whose quests embody the timeless quest for moral enlightenment and the enduring struggle between mortal limitations and divine wisdom. Imagine a time when mortal heroes walked the earth, their hearts ablaze with courage and their souls guided by the whispers of fate. Etna, a noble king of ancient Kish, is renowned for his daring quest to ascend to heaven on the back of an eagle, an act of bravery that embodies the human spirit's relentless pursuit of lofty aspirations and divine wisdom. Etna's tale begins with a kingdom in turmoil, beset by drought and famine. In a dream sent by the god Shamash, Etna is instructed to seek the aid of an eagle to retrieve the plant of birth, a miraculous herb that promises to restore fertility to the barren land and ensure the prosperity of his people. Undeterred by the dangers that lie ahead, Etna embarks on a perilous journey that will test his faith and resilience. The hero's ascent into the heavens on the wings of an eagle symbolizes the indomitable human spirit's quest for transcendence, a journey that transcends mortal limitations and embraces the boundless potential of the divine. Etna's courage and determination inspire generations to come, reminding them of the transformative power of faith and sacrifice in the face of adversity. Adapa, another revered hero of Mesopotamian lore, emerges as a figure of wisdom and moral integrity. As a priest and sage in service to the god Ea, Adapa possesses unparalleled knowledge of the arts and sciences, a gift bestowed upon him by his divine patron. Yet, his journey is marked by a fateful encounter that tests his understanding of mortality and the boundaries of human wisdom. One day, while fishing in the sacred waters of Ea, Adapa unwittingly breaks the wings of the south wind, a grievous offense that draws the attention of the gods. Summoned to the heavenly court of Anu, Adapa is offered the chance to attain immortality, a gift reserved for the gods themselves. However, guided by his wisdom and reverence for divine order, Adapa respectfully declines, choosing instead to embrace his mortal fate and uphold the natural order ordained by the gods. Adapa's decision embodies the moral and ethical lessons woven into Mesopotamian mythology, a testament to the virtues of humility, wisdom, and respect for divine authority. His story resonates with universal themes of human fallibility and the pursuit of knowledge, offering timeless insights into the complexities of mortal existence and the quest for spiritual enlightenment. Through their journeys, Enlil and Adapa exemplify the virtues of courage, wisdom, and moral integrity that transcend the boundaries of time and space. Their tales serve as moral beacons, guiding mortals through the labyrinthine paths of life with grace and fortitude. In honoring their legacies, ancient Mesopotamians sought to uphold the ideals of justice, piety, and ethical conduct that define the human experience. In rituals and ceremonies, Enlil and Adapa were revered as paragons of virtue and guardians of divine wisdom. Offerings of gratitude and reverence were presented to them, invoking their blessings for prosperity and protection in a world shaped by the eternal struggle between light and darkness, order and chaos. As we reflect on the myths of Enlil and Adapa, we are reminded of the enduring legacy of moral courage and spiritual resilience that enriches the human spirit. Their stories offer a profound insight into the complexities of mortal existence and the quest for enlightenment, a journey that transcends the boundaries of myth and resonates with the timeless aspirations of the human heart. Through their heroic deeds and moral choices, Enlil and Adapa inspire us to embrace the virtues of courage, wisdom, and humility in our own lives. Their myths continue to illuminate the path of righteousness and guide us through the trials and tribulations of existence with unwavering faith and determination. In the ancient realm of Mesopotamia, where the sun sets ablaze over golden plains and the rivers whisper tales of gods and men, there exist beings both sublime and terrifying, mythical creatures that dwell at the edges of mortal perception, shaping the course of human destiny with their protective and malevolent influence. Among these, Pazuzu and Lamassu reign supreme, their forms etched into the hearts of the people as symbols of divine protection and mystical guardianship. Imagine standing at the threshold of an ancient city gate, where Lamassu towers above you, a colossus with the body of a mighty bull, the wings of an eagle spreading wide, and the serene countenance of a wise sage gazing into the distance. His presence is formidable yet reassuring, a sentinel whose gaze pierces the veil between the mortal and immortal realms, offering protection against malevolent spirits that lurk in the shadows. Lamassu is not merely a figure of stone and myth, but a living embodiment of divine benevolence, his presence adorning the entrances of temples and palaces, where kings and commoners alike seek his blessing before embarking on journeys or undertaking important decisions. His gaze follows you through the bustling streets, a silent guardian whose watchful eyes ensure that all who pass beneath his towering form are shielded from harm and guided by wisdom. Pazuzu, on the other hand, emerges from the swirling sands of the desert, a fearsome visage with the body of a lion, talons that tear through the fabric of malevolence, and wings that carry him swiftly across the skies. Despite his terrifying appearance, Pazuzu is not a creature of darkness but a protector against greater evils, a guardian whose presence wards off plagues and misfortune that threaten the harmony of human existence. Mothers weave tales of Pazuzu's vigilance into bedtime stories, his likeness carved into amulets and worn around necks as talismans of protection for their children. His name is whispered in fervent prayers that rise like smoke from incense burners, seeking solace and safeguarding against illness and the unseen forces that haunt the night. Together, Pazuzu and Lamassu embody the dual nature of Mesopotamian belief, a world where the line between protection and peril is as thin as the edge of a sword. Their roles transcend mere myth and superstition, intertwining with the daily rituals and aspirations of a people whose lives are shaped by the ebb and flow of celestial cycles and earthly trials. In the quiet moments before dawn, priests invoke the names of these mythical beings, offering prayers and libations that honor their enduring presence in the hearts and minds of the people. Their rituals celebrate the symbiotic relationship between mortals and the divine, forging bonds of trust and reverence that endure through the ages. As the sun sets over the ancient cityscape, casting long shadows upon the cobblestone streets, the people gather in reverence before the towering form of Lamassu, their voices rising in hymns of gratitude and supplication. They offer gifts of grain and oil, tokens of appreciation for his steadfast guardianship and unwavering protection. In the sacred precincts of temples dedicated to Pazuzu, priests perform rites of purification and exorcism, invoking his name to banish malevolent spirits and restore balance to the natural order. His presence is felt in the gentle breeze that rustles through palm fronds and in the laughter of children playing in the streets, a testament to his benevolence and watchful gaze. Across Mesopotamia, from the verdant valleys of the Tigris and Euphrates to the arid expanses of the desert, Pazuzu and Lamassu stand as timeless sentinels, their stories woven into the fabric of daily life and the collective consciousness of a people whose faith in their protective power transcends the boundaries of time and space. In the quiet corners of homes and marketplaces, their statues stand as silent witnesses to the trials and triumphs of humanity, their presence a reminder that even in the face of adversity, hope and protection are ever present in the embrace of divine guardianship. As twilight fades into night and stars emerge like jewels in the velvet sky, the legacy of Pazuzu and Lamassu endures, a testament to the enduring power of myth and the transformative impact of belief in the unseen forces that shape our world and guide our journey through the labyrinth of existence. In the ancient heartlands of Mesopotamia, where the rivers whisper secrets of the gods and the winds carry echoes of unseen realms, there existed a profound connection between the spiritual and the mundane, a tapestry woven with threads of divination, magic, and the sacred rituals performed by shamans who bridged the gap between humanity and the divine. Imagine a world where the future hangs in the balance, where decisions of great consequence are guided not only by earthly wisdom but by the celestial guidance sought through divination. In the bustling markets and quiet sanctuaries of Mesopotamian cities, shamans, adorned with sacred symbols and possessed of ancient knowledge, wielded the art of divination with solemn reverence and unwavering faith. Through the flickering flames of sacred fires and the whispering incantations that rise like smoke to the heavens, shamans commune with the gods, interpreting signs and omens that reveal glimpses of destiny and illuminate the path forward. They read the patterns of stars in the night sky, the flight of birds, and the entrails of sacrificial animals, seeking answers to questions that weigh heavy on the hearts of kings and commoners alike. In the labyrinthine streets of Uruk or the shadowed temples of Babylon, the role of the shaman was not merely ceremonial but vital, a conduit through which the divine will was channeled into the tapestry of human existence. Their rituals infused daily life with a profound sense of purpose and direction, offering solace in times of uncertainty and guidance in moments of decision. Magic, too, flowed through the veins of Mesopotamian society, a mystical current that intertwined with the fabric of everyday life, shaping destinies and weaving spells that could heal, protect, or invoke divine favor. From the sacred precincts of temples dedicated to the gods to the humble hearths of family homes, the practice of magic was a thread that bound together the spiritual and the practical, offering reassurance and empowerment to those who sought its aid. Through intricate rituals and the recitation of ancient incantations, Mesopotamian magicians called upon the power of gods like Ea, Ishtar, and Marduk, invoking their names to ward off illness, ensure fertility, or protect against malevolent spirits. The words of their spells resonated with the echoes of centuries past, carrying with them the weight of tradition and the promise of divine intervention. For the people of Mesopotamia, religion was not confined to temples or altars but permeated every aspect of daily life, a living tapestry woven with threads of faith, ritual, and the enduring belief in the interconnectedness of the spiritual and the material realms. From the planting of crops to the birth of children, from the forging of alliances to the healing of wounds, the guidance of the gods was sought and revered, their blessings invoked through offerings and prayers that echoed across the plains and mountains. In the quiet moments before dawn, families gathered around hearthfires to offer libations of wine and grain to household deities, seeking their protection and favor in the challenges of the day ahead. The rhythmic chanting of hymns and the flickering of sacred flames cast shadows that danced upon the walls, a testament to the enduring bond between mortals and the divine beings who watched over them. Through the practice of divination and magic, Mesopotamians sought to navigate the complexities of existence with grace and wisdom, drawing strength from their connection to the gods and finding solace in the rituals that bound them together as a community. In times of joy and sorrow, prosperity and adversity, the role of the shaman and the practice of magic offered a lifeline, a sacred thread that connected humanity to the eternal mysteries of the cosmos. As the sun sets over the ancient cities and fertile plains of Mesopotamia, casting a golden glow upon the timeless sands, the legacy of divination and magic endures, a testament to the enduring power of faith, ritual, and the unwavering belief in the guiding hand of the divine. Through the whispers of wind and the gentle rustling of leaves, the echoes of ancient incantations continue to resonate, carrying with them the wisdom of generations past and the promise of a future shaped by the enduring bond between humanity and the gods. In the ancient annals of Mesopotamian civilization, amidst the fertile plains where the Euphrates and Tigris rivers weave their timeless course, there arose a beacon of justice that echoed with the divine wisdom of ages past, Hammurabi's Code. This monumental testament to law and order stands not just as a legal document but as a profound reflection of the enduring influence of Mesopotamian myths on the shaping of societal norms and the governance of human affairs. Picture yourself standing in the grand hall of Hammurabi's palace, where the air is thick with the scent of incense and the murmur of scribes recording the edicts of the king. At the center of this solemn assembly stands Hammurabi himself, a figure of authority and reverence, his gaze steady and unwavering as he unveils the stele that bears his laws, etched in stone. They embody the divine mandate entrusted to him by the gods. At the heart of Hammurabi's Code lies a profound belief in the intertwining of divine authority and human governance, a belief rooted in the myths and legends that shaped Mesopotamian society. The gods themselves, from Enlil, the supreme deity of air and earth, to Marduk, the divine champion who vanquished chaos, imbued the laws with their divine essence, ensuring that justice flowed like the life-giving waters of the rivers that sustained their lands. Through Hammurabi's Code, the influence of these myths on legal and social structures becomes palpable. Each law is a reflection of moral principles derived from ancient myths, punishments and rewards meted out not merely as deterrents or incentives, but as manifestations of divine will and cosmic order. The code establishes a framework where justice is not arbitrary but a manifestation of the divine justice that governs the universe, a justice that transcends mortal affairs and resonates with the echoes of eternity. In the marketplace and the fields, in the homes and the temples, Hammurabi's Code permeates every aspect of daily life, a guiding light that ensures fairness and equity in matters of trade, property, family, and even matters of life and death. Its impact is felt in the equitable resolution of disputes, where the wisdom of the law serves as a bulwark against chaos and ensures the harmonious functioning of society. The stele of Hammurabi's Code stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of divine authority and human governance, a legacy that continues to shape legal systems and societal norms across cultures and millennia. Its inscription speaks not just of punishments and rewards, but of the profound responsibility entrusted to rulers to uphold justice and protect the weak from the powerful, a responsibility born from the myths and legends that forged the foundations of Mesopotamian civilization. As the sun sets over the ancient city-states of Sumer and Akkad, casting long shadows upon the clay tablets that record the deeds of kings and gods alike, the legacy of Hammurabi's Code endures, a beacon of justice that transcends the boundaries of time and space, reminding us of the enduring power of myth and the transformative impact of divine wisdom on the governance of human affairs. Through the lens of Hammurabi's Code, we glimpse not just the laws of a bygone era, but the eternal struggle to uphold justice in a world fraught with challenges and uncertainties. It is a reminder that justice, rooted in the myths and legends of ancient Mesopotamia, is not merely a concept but a sacred duty, a duty to uphold the divine order that binds humanity together and ensures the flourishing of civilization in harmony with the will of the gods. In the quiet moments of contemplation, as we ponder the significance of Hammurabi's Code and its enduring influence on legal and social structures, we are reminded of the profound connection between myth and reality, between divine authority and human governance, a connection that continues to shape our understanding of justice and morality in the tapestry of human history. In the boundless expanse of Mesopotamian skies, where the heavens stretch like a vast tapestry embroidered with stars, the ancients gazed upwards with wonder and reverence, seeking to unravel the mysteries of the cosmos through a tapestry woven with threads of myth and science. Here, amidst the fertile plains nourished by the Euphrates and Tigris rivers, ancient Mesopotamians forged a profound connection between their cosmological beliefs and the celestial phenomena that guided their lives. Imagine standing beneath the canopy of a Mesopotamian night sky, where each twinkling star carries a tale of gods and heroes woven into the fabric of creation itself. To the ancient Mesopotamians, the cosmos was not just a celestial spectacle but a sacred map, a reflection of divine order and cosmic harmony crafted by the gods in ages past. At the heart of Mesopotamian cosmology lies a belief in a structured universe governed by celestial bodies imbued with divine significance. From the majestic expanse of Anu, the supreme god of the heavens, to the earthy realm of Enlil, the god of wind and storms, each celestial entity played a role in maintaining cosmic balance and order. The movements of the sun, moon, and stars were not mere happenstance but orchestrated dances choreographed by the gods, a symphony of celestial bodies that mirrored the ebb and flow of life on earth. Through meticulous observation and empirical study, Mesopotamian scholars, known as astronomers and astrologers, charted the paths of stars and planets across the night sky, seeking to decipher their celestial language and unlock the secrets of the universe. Their astronomical knowledge was not separate from their mythological beliefs but intertwined, each informing and enriching the other in a symbiotic relationship that bridged the realms of science and spirituality. The ziggurats that towered over Mesopotamian cities served not only as earthly monuments to the gods, but as celestial observatories, where priests and scholars meticulously tracked the movements of heavenly bodies and recorded their observations on clay tablets. These early astronomers mapped out constellations and lunar phases, establishing a calendar that regulated agricultural cycles and religious festivals, a testament to the practical application of their cosmic understanding. In the annals of Mesopotamian myth, the heavens were inhabited by divine beings whose stories shaped the cosmic order. Shamash, the sun god who traversed the sky each day, brought light and warmth to the earth, while Sin, the moon god, waxed and waned in cycles that mirrored the tides of life and death. The stars themselves were believed to be the spirits of departed heroes and gods, their eternal radiance a testament to their celestial glory. Through their myths and cosmological beliefs, the ancient Mesopotamians sought not only to understand the physical workings of the universe but to glimpse the divine principles that governed existence itself. Their astronomical knowledge, rooted in centuries of observation and contemplation, laid the foundation for future scientific inquiry and shaped the course of human understanding of the cosmos. As we stand beneath the Mesopotamian sky, gazing upwards at the same stars that inspired awe and wonder in ancient hearts, we are reminded of the enduring legacy of Mesopotamian cosmology, a legacy that continues to inspire curiosity and reverence for the mysteries of the universe. In the celestial dance of stars and planets, in the rhythmic cycles of day and night, we find echoes of a time when myth and science intertwined, offering insights into the timeless quest to understand our place in the cosmos. The legacy of Mesopotamian cosmology is not confined to ancient texts or archaeological remains, but lives on in the enduring quest of humanity to explore the heavens and unravel the mysteries of the universe. It is a testament to the power of myth to inspire scientific inquiry and to the timeless human drive to seek knowledge and understanding in the boundless expanse of the cosmos. In the ancient cradle of civilization, where the sands of time whisper tales of gods and heroes, Mesopotamian myths breathed life into art, architecture, and literature, shaping the very essence of cultural expression. Imagine walking through the bustling streets of Babylon or Assyria, where towering ziggurats pierce the sky like stairways to the divine, adorned with intricate reliefs that recount the epic deeds of gods and mortals alike. In Mesopotamian art, myths leapt from the pages of clay tablets onto the canvases of temple walls and palace facades. Here, gods and goddesses were depicted with awe-inspiring majesty: Ishtar, the radiant goddess of love and war, wielding her divine authority; Gilgamesh, the heroic king, embarking on perilous quests in search of immortality; and Marduk, the supreme god of Babylon, triumphing over chaos in the cosmic battle against Tiamat, the primordial sea serpent. Each brushstroke and chisel mark captured not just the physical forms of these mythical beings, but also their profound significance in the cosmic drama that governed Mesopotamian beliefs. The artistry wasn't merely decorative but a testament to the spiritual and moral lessons embedded within these narratives, lessons of courage, loyalty, and the inevitable dance between life and death. Architecture, too, echoed the grandeur of Mesopotamian myths. The towering ziggurats, temples of worship and celestial observation, were architectural marvels that embodied the aspirations of a civilization reaching towards the heavens. Constructed in tiers that ascended towards the gods, these sacred structures were adorned with mythological motifs. Guardian deities like Lamassu, winged bulls with human faces, stood sentinel at the gates, warding off malevolent spirits and invoking divine protection. In literature, Mesopotamian myths found their voice in epic poems and hymns that recounted the exploits of gods and heroes, offering not only entertainment but moral instruction and spiritual guidance. The Epic of Gilgamesh, the oldest known epic poem in human history, encapsulated the human condition through the trials of its titular hero, friendship, mortality, and the quest for meaning amidst the vastness of existence. Beyond Mesopotamia's borders, these myths transcended time and space, influencing the cultural tapestry of civilizations far and wide. In ancient Greece, echoes of Mesopotamian motifs can be glimpsed in the tales of gods and titans, and the heroic quests of Odysseus and Hercules, and in the architectural splendor of temples dedicated to Zeus and Athena. The mythological legacy of Mesopotamia, carried on the winds of trade and cultural exchange, resonated deeply with societies eager to weave their own stories into the rich fabric of human experience. Across millennia, the enduring allure of Mesopotamian myths continues to inspire artists, writers, and scholars alike, their narratives woven into the very fabric of global cultural heritage. In their timeless tales of gods and mortals, of triumph and tragedy, we find reflections of our own aspirations and struggles, reminders of the enduring power of storytelling to illuminate the human condition. As we contemplate the legacy of Mesopotamian myths, let us marvel at the enduring beauty of their artistic expressions, at the awe-inspiring grandeur of their architectural achievements, and at the profound wisdom encapsulated in their literary masterpieces. They remind us that beyond the passage of time and the shifting sands of history, the myths of Mesopotamia stand as enduring testaments to the boundless creativity and spiritual yearning of humanity, a legacy that continues to enrich and inspire us to this day. In the cradle of ancient Mesopotamia, where the rivers Tigris and Euphrates once nurtured a flourishing civilization, myths were woven into the very fabric of daily life, stories of gods and heroes, of creation and cosmic order. These tales, etched into clay tablets and passed down through generations, held profound significance not only for the people of Mesopotamia but also for the wider world, influencing the development of Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, in ways both subtle and profound. Imagine standing in the shadow of Babylon's mighty ziggurats, where priests once communed with the gods amidst the celestial dance of stars. Here, amidst the bustling markets and sacred temples, Mesopotamian myths took root, their narratives shaping the spiritual landscapes of future civilizations. In Judaism, echoes of Mesopotamian myths resonate through the ages. The story of creation in the book of Genesis bears striking similarities to the Babylonian Enuma Elish, where Marduk, the patron deity of Babylon, battles the primordial chaos represented by Tiamat, the sea serpent. In both narratives, order emerges from chaos through divine will, establishing the foundations of the universe. Across the ancient Near East, Mesopotamian myths found fertile ground among the Canaanites, whose cultural exchanges with Babylonian and Assyrian merchants and scholars imbued their religious traditions with echoes of Mesopotamian cosmology and symbolism. The Pantheon of deities, the myths of creation and flood, and the rituals of temple worship all bore traces of Mesopotamian influence, enriching the tapestry of early Hebrew religious thought. In Christianity, the influence of Mesopotamian myths can be glimpsed in the symbolic imagery of the Old Testament prophets and the allegorical interpretations of divine justice and redemption. The flood narrative of Noah's Ark, a tale of divine judgment and human survival, bears remarkable parallels to the Mesopotamian epic of Atrahasis and the Babylonian flood myth recounted in the Epic of Gilgamesh, where gods decreed the destruction of humanity only to be appeased by a righteous survivor. Islam, too, carries echoes of Mesopotamian myths in its sacred texts and traditions. The Quran, with its accounts of prophets and divine revelations, draws upon a rich tapestry of Near Eastern cultural influences, including Mesopotamian motifs of creation, judgment, and the moral struggles of humanity. Through comparative religious studies, scholars have traced the continuity of Mesopotamian myths across millennia and continents, revealing a shared heritage that transcends cultural boundaries. The enduring legacy of Mesopotamian influence on Abrahamic religions underscores the universal themes of human existence, creation, divine justice, moral responsibility, and the quest for spiritual meaning. As we reflect on the profound impact of Mesopotamian myths on the development of Abrahamic faith traditions, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of human cultures and the enduring power of ancient narratives to shape our understanding of the divine and our place in the cosmos. Across centuries and civilizations, from the banks of the Tigris and Euphrates to the shores of the Mediterranean and beyond, the myths of Mesopotamia continue to inspire awe and wonder, inviting us to explore the depths of our shared human experience and the timeless quest for truth and meaning. Imagine standing amidst the ruins of ancient Mesopotamia, where the sands of time whisper tales of gods and mortals etched into clay tablets millennia ago. This is a realm where the past speaks vividly through the artistry of cuneiform script, a script that lay dormant beneath the earth for centuries until modern eyes unlocked its mysteries. Archaeologists, wielding pickaxes and brushes, unearthed fragments of a lost world, tablets bearing the marks of a civilization that once flourished between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. These discoveries, scattered across the deserts of Iraq and Syria, revealed glimpses of mythological narratives that had survived the ravages of time. In their hands, the silent voices of scribes and poets echoed once more, painting a vivid tapestry of gods and heroes, of creation and cataclysm. The decipherment of cuneiform, the wedge-shaped script that adorned tablets of clay, marked a milestone in human understanding. Scholars like Henry Rawlinson and George Smith painstakingly pieced together the ancient Akkadian, Sumerian, and Babylonian languages, unlocking a treasury of myths that had lain dormant for millennia. These were not just stories, but windows into the minds of ancient peoples, revealing their fears, hopes, and profound questions about existence and the divine. Among these recovered treasures were epic narratives that rivaled the grandeur of any modern tale. The Epic of Gilgamesh, with its themes of friendship, mortality, and the search for immortality, captivated the imagination of readers worldwide. The Enuma Elish, recounting the cosmic struggle for supremacy among the gods, mirrored age-old human concerns about order and chaos, creation and destruction. Modern interpretations of Mesopotamian myths have sparked lively debates among scholars, each seeking to unravel the complexities of ancient belief systems. Was Marduk, the Babylonian hero who slew the chaos monster Tiamat, a symbol of political authority or a reflection of cosmic order? Did the myth of Inanna's descent into the underworld symbolize seasonal cycles or the journey of the soul through death and rebirth? These questions provoke not just intellectual curiosity but emotional resonance, as they touch upon fundamental human dilemmas of power, justice, and the mysteries of life and death. In classrooms and lecture halls, across continents and cultures, the rediscovery of Mesopotamian myths has kindled a fascination with the ancient world and its enduring relevance. From literature to art, from philosophy to theology, the influence of these ancient narratives can be traced in myriad ways. The concept of divine justice, embodied in codes of law like Hammurabi's, resonates through the ages, shaping ethical frameworks and legal systems. Yet, beneath the academic debates lies a deeper truth. These myths are not just relics of a bygone era but living testaments to the human quest for meaning and connection. They speak to universal themes of love and sacrifice, of hubris and redemption, inviting us to ponder our place in the cosmos and our responsibilities to each other. As we gaze upon the winged bulls of Assyrian palaces or trace the lines of ancient hymns dedicated to the gods, we are reminded of our shared humanity across millennia. The rediscovery of Mesopotamian myths has not only enriched our understanding of the past, but also deepened our appreciation for the diversity of human cultures and beliefs. It challenges us to confront our assumptions and prejudices, inviting us to embrace the complexities of ancient wisdom with humility and awe. In the quiet of a museum hall, where tablets once buried in forgotten tombs now gleam under glass, we confront our own mortality and insignificance against the backdrop of eternity. The myths of Mesopotamia, with their timeless lessons and haunting beauty, continue to beckon us on a journey of discovery, a journey that transcends time and space, connecting us to the shared tapestry of human experience. In the shimmering tapestry of popular culture, Mesopotamian mythology emerges as a timeless muse, weaving ancient tales into the fabric of modern imagination. Imagine standing on the threshold of time, where gods and heroes from millennia past stride alongside us through the corridors of literature, film, and gaming. Mesopotamian myths, with their epic battles and divine dramas, have transcended the clay tablets of antiquity to imprint themselves upon our collective psyche. They beckon us into realms where gods wielded thunderbolts and mortals bargained with fate. In literature, authors wield pens that conjure realms where Gilgamesh strides as both hero and king, his quest for immortality echoing through the ages. They paint Ishtar, goddess of love and war, in hues that blend passion and peril, revealing her as a force both divine and vulnerable. Film directors, with their cinematic brushstrokes, illuminate the mythic landscapes where Enkidu battles with Gilgamesh and Inanna descends into the underworld. They capture the grandeur of Babylonian temples and the haunting allure of the netherworld, inviting us to witness the clash of titans and the journey of the soul. In the realm of gaming, pixels dance to the rhythm of ancient epics, casting players as heroes navigating through mythological labyrinths. Here, Pazuzu and Lamassu stand guard against malevolent forces, their protective wings spanning virtual skies, while players decipher riddles and wield magic in homage to ancient divinities. The evolution of Mesopotamian myths in contemporary media is not merely a retelling but a reinterpretation, an alchemical fusion of ancient wisdom and modern storytelling. It reflects our enduring fascination with the cosmic dance of creation and destruction, the timeless struggle between gods and mortals, and the eternal quest for meaning. As these myths resound through the corridors of time, they remind us of our shared humanity and the perennial questions that echo across civilizations. They invite us to ponder the mysteries of existence, the complexities of moral choice, and the profound connections between the divine and the mundane. Mesopotamian mythology in popular culture is more than entertainment. It is a bridge that spans millennia, connecting us to the wisdom of our ancestors and sparking conversations about the nature of belief, the power of narrative, and the enduring legacy of ancient civilizations. Thus, as we immerse ourselves in these tales woven from clay and starlight, we embark on a journey not just through mythic landscapes, but through the depths of our own souls, where echoes of gods and heroes resonate with the timeless yearning for understanding and transcendence. In the quiet spaces where time converges, Mesopotamian mythology echoes with whispers of wisdom that transcend millennia. It is here, amidst the ruins of ancient cities and the fragments of clay tablets, that we discover a tapestry of tales that still resonate deeply in the fabric of our modern world. These myths, born from the fertile crescent of human imagination, are not mere relics of a bygone era but living reflections of timeless truths. They speak to us of the eternal dance between gods and mortals, of the struggles and triumphs that define our existence, and of the enduring quest for meaning and purpose. At the heart of Mesopotamian mythology lies a profound reflection on the human condition, the joys and sorrows, the aspirations and fears that have bound us together since the dawn of civilization. Through the stories of heroes like Gilgamesh, who sought immortality and wisdom, we are reminded of our own yearnings for transcendence and understanding. The gods themselves, with their passions and flaws, mirror our own complex nature, offering both solace and challenge as we navigate the complexities of life. Inanna's descent into the underworld, a journey of sacrifice and rebirth, parallels our own moments of transformation and renewal, where we confront our shadows and emerge stronger. But beyond their narrative allure, Mesopotamian myths carry profound lessons that resonate with contemporary challenges. The concept of divine justice, embodied in codes like Hammurabi's, reflects an early attempt to establish order and fairness in society, a timeless aspiration that continues to shape our legal and ethical frameworks today. Moreover, the cosmological insights of Mesopotamian astronomers, who mapped the heavens and charted the movements of celestial bodies, underscore our ongoing quest to understand the universe and our place within it. Their observations, intertwined with mythological narratives of creation and cosmic order, speak to a deep-seated human desire to comprehend the mysteries of existence. In the arts, Mesopotamian motifs and symbols continue to inspire creativity and evoke a sense of connection to our ancient heritage. From architecture adorned with protective spirits like Lamassu to literature that reimagines epic quests and divine interventions, these cultural echoes remind us of the enduring power of myth to shape identities and inspire generations. In a world increasingly shaped by technological advancements and global connectivity, the relevance of Mesopotamian mythology lies not only in its historical significance but in its capacity to offer timeless insights into the human experience. It challenges us to reflect on our values, our relationships, and our responsibilities to each other and to the world we inhabit. As we stand on the threshold of a new era, grappling with unprecedented challenges and opportunities, the wisdom of Mesopotamian myths invites us to pause, to listen, and to learn. It encourages us to embrace our interconnectedness, to celebrate diversity, and to cultivate empathy and compassion in the face of adversity. In conclusion, Mesopotamian mythology serves as a beacon of enduring relevance, a testament to the resilience of human imagination and the universal quest for meaning. It reminds us that amidst the complexities of modern life, there are enduring truths and timeless lessons waiting to be rediscovered, offering us guidance and inspiration as we navigate the unfolding chapters of our shared journey.